Hello, I'm John and welcome to a patron special webinar hosted by Shopkeep Arty, the online platform helping creative people such as yourself be inspired, improve your art and have fun. Today we're zooming to Poland where we're going to be joining Michal Jasiewicz to explore creating an urban landscape in watercolour using the photo reference of Jasiewicz in Spain. This photo and materials list can be found on our live events page from our website. So go there now if you haven't already. As always, this is going out live, which is the best way to learn, as you can ask questions directly to the artist as you paint along. If you're watching a recording of this event, sorry you missed it, there's a link in the description below to our live events page on our website where you can then sign up to a future live webinar for free. So check it out. So without further ado, let's hit the travelometer to the left of me and we'll zoom to go and see Michael. Missed the button there. So Michael is a qualified architect and became serious about painting in 2010. He's now a signature member of the Association of Polish Watercolour Artists and has taken part in prestigious events across the globe. Articles about him have been published in The Art of Watercolour, Pratique des Arts and Artista i Sztuka, among others. Michal, hello, how are you?
Hello, I'm with you. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us.
Hello, I'm glad that we can meet up again. Can you believe that this is our 7th show together?
Wow, really?
I know. It's amazing, isn't it? And I just love how your effortless techniques create such amazing paintings. So I'm really looking forward to today. It's going to be really great fun. Now, I'll just let you get ready, Michal, while I explain to you, the audience, what you can expect today. So Shopkeep Arty broadcasts a number of shows throughout the week, and these patron special events are designed to give you an insight into leading artists from around the world, as well as a short, sharp boost of creative inspiration. We break the show down into 3 parts. The first one is preparation, because preparation is critical to a successful painting. So we'll walk you through the prep work, such as sketching the subject, then applying the first layers. Then, while that dries, we'll take the opportunity to see some of Michal's amazing artwork for inspiration, as well as discuss his upcoming 2 to 3 hour workshop webinar, which is happening in a couple of weeks' time. And then finally, we'll spend the rest of the time completing the painting, after which you can then share what you create on our Facebook page for artist feedback and comments. Although the recording of the first half of this show will be made public, the longer painting tutorial part is exclusive for our patrons and paying guests. So without further ado, let's get back to Michal and we'll make a start. So this is the photo, and you've already pre-sketched out the photo, but maybe you can talk about the sketch app, because some people will be using the photo reference now and they'll be sketching. So what sort of level of detail do you need to sketch as your template?
As usual, my sketches are much more detailed than the final painting, so it gives me some more fluently during the painting process and let me to not care too much about some drawing aspects. So the drawing is quite detailed, but probably the final painting will be more loose and without so many elements.
Okay.
I'm trying to capture the mood of the sunny afternoon in southern town, very little town of Hativa. It's a beautiful little place just next to Valencia, Spain. As you can see, this is just a very steppy street with bright white small houses along, and beautiful dome in the distance, probably chapel or something like this. We have a very nice contrast here. We have a very nice shape and forms, and really holiday mood. So I think it's the the biggest advantage of this place.
Yeah, no, it looks lovely. And have you been there often to this small place to get
Yes,
inspiration?
so far I have several workshops there and hope to be there
Oh,
maybe
that's
next year.
lovely. That's lovely. And I guess for the sketch here, there's a the biggest challenge for people sketching this out at home now is the perspective.
Yes, you're right. The perspective is quite challenging, but drawing a perspective is something technical. It's not about art. It's about technical skill, and it's very important to get it. But you can perfectly learn it from some kind of tutorials and books. Uh, yes, being a watercolorist, it's quite important to have a good sense of perspective, and it's always good to learn it.
Yes, exactly. So, and I see that the sort of the vanishing point is probably just slightly off the page, up to the sort of the top left third of the page. That's sort of roughly that's roughly where the vanishing
Yes,
point is.
the perspective here is quite crazy because we are looking down the
Yeah.
street, and the horizon level is relatively high. Uh, but I think that with this little painting, we can do not care too much about it.
Yeah, it's just going to be a nice,
There are not
brilliant.
two parallel lines in the street because of historical architecture, so don't care about it now.
Okay, perfect. Well, hopefully you at home have sketched out. It doesn't have to be too detailed, the sketch, but at least you've done a sort of an outline. And now, because obviously with a limited time, we'll make start on the painting now, and you
Yes, a
can
good
start
idea.
doing the first layer of the painting.
Okay, so as usual, I will start with the sky. It's a beautiful afternoon blue sky, so I will mix some cobalt and some cerulean first, and will apply it in one continuous wash across the sky.
Okay, perfect. And I've just got to do a shout out to Susie Smith because it's her birthday. And she says, "This is my birthday today, and this will be the highlight because I love Michael's painting." So
Thank you, and happy
thanks for
birthday to you.
joining us, Susie, and happy birthday. I remember one of my workshops last year. We were doing with Vlad Yeliseyev, and it was somebody's birthday, and I ended up persuading Vlad to sing "Happy Birthday" to her. But I won't do that to you, Michael. Okay.
Some spray first, but very gentle. And here we go.
And if someone doesn't have a spray, they could just lightly wet. Just it's just a
Yes,
sort of damp.
very light wash. Yes, in fact, this is the most tricky part of the entire painting. Yeah, okay. That's all about the sky here. And now I think I can move to lay down some warm shades on the wall. But first we need to consider which area is the most bright here, and which part of the walls and architecture would remain paper bright, paper white. Uh, I think that this area here and some areas here should remain non-covered. This area and this is still in light, but there are some gentle shades on it, and they are not perfectly bright. So I will prepare some warm wash. You can use any warm colors you have on your palette. Some yellow, deep yellow, some Jean Brilliant. And try to do it quick and without putting too many effort into them. I'm working with the wall of my brush, not just a tip, but wall, and to give me some nice structure and texture. I'm trying to add some variety in tones. Remember that this is the first layer, and later I'm going to add more shadows and some more deep tones. This is just first wash.
So with this first wash, you're trying to consider what to let the natural colour of the paper through for the true sort of light areas. Is that right?
Yes, that's true. I have no idea what this bright yellow doing here. I'm going to wash it out.
So with your brushstrokes here, you're trying to capture the mottled light that on that photo reference, aren't you? Where the light is coming through the trees, and you've got the difference of
Yes, exactly. But you know, this is still the
the first layer.
underlayer.
Yeah.
We will move to painting shadows later.
Yeah.
Letting it dry first.
So just let me know when you feel that the first layer is sort of complete, and then
Okay, just about few minutes more and we'll be ready
I
with it.
think your sound echo is creeping in, but maybe you can try and adjust that when I take over the middle bit. Oh. I wonder if it is a issue with Zoom. So you switched to a smaller brush here because you're
Yes,
working
because
in
I'm working
more
with some
detail.
fine details here and need some nice point to cope with it.
Yeah.
Yes, this is it. I think now we need some time and let it dry.
Perfect, and it's interesting with all the different segments. Now, one of our on our patron Q&A the other day, Susie mentioned that can you tell me when you're going to be coming into shot so that I can take a screenshot of the page to continue. So now's your time to take a screenshot if you'd like to take a screenshot
Yes, that's a
of
good
this,
idea.
and then I will come back in. So now that we've completed the preparation, let's take a little bit of time out to be inspired and take a look at some of Michael's paintings. So, Michael, what examples have you got in store for us? Obviously, in the workshop, we're going to be doing an urban landscape, a little bit like today's one. So, I think you've got some examples of some urban landscapes that you've done before. Is that right?
Here we have another example of a big town. It's somewhere in New York. I don't remember the place exactly, but it's a good example of how to cope with some very complicated structure, some very complicated architecture,
Yeah.
and big city movement on the street. Just a coffee on the corner.
Oh, lovely.
As you can see, that there are different approach to shaded part and to part that are lit with direct sun. And I want to show you some tricks and some the best approach how to cope with them.
Yeah, and these sort of paintings, because they've obviously got your particular style, but is your inspiration the fact that you did train as an architect originally? Is it sort of in the way?
You know, I'm not sure. I've thought about this many times, but I think no. Of course, it helps me in many aspects, especially drawing skills are very important in watercolor, as I mentioned before. But you know, it's the same as in every other job. When you are involved in something for the money, okay, to income,
Yeah,
it's not the best idea to make your hobby with the same, okay. Uh, I'm not trying to stick to architecture. I used to paint a lot of landscapes and some cityscapes and still lifes, but from time to time, it's good to do something different. And I love to travel. Okay, I love towns, and it's maybe this is it. Not that I'm an architect, but because I like traveling, I like meeting new places, and the best thing you can do to understand the place is to stay there a few hours and paint it. So maybe because.
Yeah, I love how you've caught the light there on that first floor with the veranda and everything. Really lovely. And do you have any other examples? Or
yes, of course.
Oh, brilliant!
It's quite different in style. This is from Corsica. The town is Calvi, I think, but I'm not sure right now. But probably yes, it's from Calvi. Very beautiful place as Corsica in general. And maybe
just pull the painting down just slightly so we could see it. No. Yeah.
And another motif from Paris Opera, and just a girl on the street.
Yeah, that's nice. If focus is really on her, looking very curious. Yeah, that's lovely. Brilliant. If you're watching a recording of this on YouTube and love the art that you've seen on display today, we'd really appreciate you hitting the thumbs up. It just means then that YouTube recommends this show to more people, which helps us with our mission to inspire more people to give art a try, young and old alike. So really appreciate it. So we'll talk about this workshop now that's coming up in a couple of weeks' time. So it's a longer, Michael's workshop's a longer 2 to 3 hour full workshop webinar. And our workshop webinars are a lot more in depth. They're a lot more interactive, as you can speak directly to the artist as well. And you send all the reference photos beforehand and can even purchase the recording to watch back as many times as you want. You also get a written critique from the artist. So it's a full package designed to maximize the learning and improve your skills. So for the workshop, we're traveling, as I think Michal mentioned, to the beautiful city of Valencia to paint a glorious afternoon there. And Michael will be walking through the complete painting step by step from start to finish. So you've got it there on your board, Michal. What sort of techniques are you going to be covering with this painting here?
Well, several different techniques here, because we have quite complicated light conditions. We have right back light here, and the part of the scene is basically in the shade. Another part of walls are lit with the sun, with the direct sun. So it requires a different approach here and different approach here. Moreover, we have a very contrasted area in the foreground, just a modern busy street. So it's another challenge here.
It's got
yes, and of course a ton of greenery, different kind of greenery. We have some palm trees, we have some ordinary foliage. Every part here requires another approach, and I'm going to show you step by step.
Yeah, no, it's got a little bit of everything in that painting, hasn't it? It's got the shadow, it's got the cars and the people, the different facades, the foliage.
Yes,
I mean, it's got everything.
Many different.
So that looks fantastic. And if you do want to join Michal and I for this workshop, it's taking place in 2 weeks' time on Thursday, the 10th of June. Booking a place or ordering the video couldn't be simpler. Let me just show you now how you can go about booking your ticket on the website. So you head over to Shopkeep Arty, you click on the live events section at the top, and then you scroll down. We've got some free workshops, by the way, airing next week in June, our summer release. You click on Michael's workshop there, and then scroll down, and it's got the reference painting and the photo, and these will be sent to you the day before on email as well, so that you can print those out. It goes through the recommended materials, and if you need to top up on anything, we've got a 10% off Jackson's art as well. So you click on that link to book the webinar, and if you scroll down, you've got the webinar ticket there, and also the video if you can't do the webinar, and you click on the webinar, and you can either book a live webinar ticket or the webinar plus the video unlock. Add that to cart, and when you check out, your local bank will convert it to your local currency, whether it's dollars or euro or whatever it is. Once we've launched the video, and if you've purchased it and unlocked it, you can then visit the our video library, the purchase videos. You can purchase it if you haven't already purchased it, but then if it is unlocked for you, you click the watch button and it'll play on any device, be it your laptop, computer, smart TV, mobile, whatever it is, and you can watch it as many times as you want. So hopefully that has helped. Right. Also, if you're watching on YouTube, by the way, you can also find a direct link to this upcoming live event in the description below. And remember, as one of the many perks of being one of our RT patrons, if you're level 2 or above, you don't need to pay extra for the video, as it's included with your webinar ticket. Now, before we continue with the main part of this tutorial for our live audience, I want to thank you for watching this Arty Insight on YouTube. I hope it's given you a bit of inspiration and that you've now got the urge to get those paints out and get creative. It's a really great feeling. Check out our upcoming live events, and we hope to see you in real time next time. So thanks for joining us. Wow, well this is lovely, Michael. It's been a really fantastic class. I'll let you still tinker along as we bring everything to a close, but it's looking amazing. We've had some great comments back from everybody that's taken part, so thank you.